Have you ever stood in front of a mirror, just stood there, and asked yourself what you are truly worth? I am not talking about the price tag on the shirt you are wearing, or the brand of the watch on your wrist. I am talking about a number, a flickering digital number dancing on your banking app every single month. You look at it, and in that split second, you decide whether you have the right to hold your head high today, or if you should look at the floor. It sounds ridiculous when we say it out loud, doesn't it? But for millions of us, it is a crushing reality. We have accidentally turned our self-esteem into a commodity, and we have slapped a price tag on it based on our monthly income. When that balance drops, our sense of self shatters right along with it. Imagine a simple stick figure, standing alone in a white space. Above his head is a giant floating number. When the number is high, he stands tall, his chest puffed out. When the number drops, he literally begins to shrink, becoming smaller, grayer, and more fragile. This is the invisible prison of the net worth trap. Think back to the days when your pockets were empty. Really remember that feeling. It is a cold, creeping sensation that leaks into every breath you take. You walk through a crowded street, but you feel like a ghost, invisible to the world. You pass by those bright, expensive shop windows, and you find yourself looking away, hurrying your pace because you are afraid the security guard might see through you. Every invitation from a friend for a simple cup of coffee feels like a heavy weight. In your mind, you are not thinking about the conversation. You are doing math. You are adding and subtracting, calculating if you can afford that latte and still have enough for dinner. That feeling of inadequacy, it is more than just being broke. It is a secret, silent shame. You tell yourself that you are lazy, that you are less than, that you are a total failure. You retreat into the shadows. You stop reaching out to people because you feel like you have nothing to offer the world. You scroll through your phone, watching people living perfect lives, and the gap between you and them feels like a canyon that can never be crossed. You whisper to yourself, if I just had more money, I would be more confident. People would love me more. But then, the world turns. One day, you start to make it. The numbers begin to climb. You think the nightmare is over. You can finally buy the things you once craved. You walk into those fancy places with the posture of a winner. But have you noticed? A new kind of fear begins to grow in the garden of your mind. It is quieter, more insidious than the fear of poverty. It is the fear of losing your status. You have tied your very heartbeat to a growth chart. Every month, if that number does not go up, you feel like you are sliding backward. You have become a slave to your own success. You work late into the night, your eyes red and tired. Not because you are passionate, but because you are terrified. You are terrified that if you stop running, the golden mask you are wearing will slip off. You are afraid that people will finally see the ordinary person inside. And you start to worry that the people surrounding you only love the money printing machine you have become. And if the machine breaks, they will disappear. Now your self-esteem is a sandcastle built on a beach. One small wave from the market, one mistake in your business, and your whole world could wash away. You are standing on a mountain peak, but your legs are shaking because you realize you have everything to lose. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why is our value so fragile? It is because we have swallowed a great lie sold to us by society. The lie that human value is directly proportional to material output. We teach children to study hard so they can get a good job and make money, not so they can understand the world or become kinder humans. We worship billionaires as if they are modern-day saints. And while we walk past the quiet, noble souls living simple lives, we have forgotten how to look into a person's eyes. We only look at their wallet. This confusion is toxic. It turns life into a race with no finish line. When you are poor, you feel useless. When you are rich, you feel empty. Both roads lead to the same destination. You lose yourself in the process. Stop for a moment. Just breathe. Let the noise of the world fade into the background. Ask yourself, if tomorrow morning every single cent you owned vanished, if your titles were stripped away, if your house and car were gone, what would be left of you? Would you still be a warm father, a loyal friend, a soul that can still feel the beauty of a sunset? Or would you be a hollow shell, because everything that defined you was just stuff? There are people so poor that they have nothing but money. And there are people who possess almost nothing, yet they carry their dignity like a crown. Money is just a tool. It is like the shoes on your feet. A pair of expensive shoes might make the walk more comfortable, but they do not decide who you are or where you are going. If you are walking with a rotted heart, golden shoes will not lead you to happiness. They will only make the journey more expensive. The true turning point, the moment of real freedom, comes when you realize that self-worth must be built on things that cannot be bought or sold. It is built on the integrity of your actions when no one is watching. It is built on the compassion you show to those who can do nothing for you. It is built on the resilience you show every time you fall and choose to get back up. It is the quiet knowledge that you are valuable even when your bank account is at zero. Real confidence does not come from how much you have. It comes from knowing who you are and what core values you refuse to compromise. When you finally separate your identity from your income, you find an absolute, unshakable freedom. You no longer have to bow your head when you are struggling, and you no longer feel the need to be arrogant when you are winning. You walk through the highs and lows of life with a steady heart. Do not let currency become the ruler of your soul. Money can buy a magnificent bed, but it can never buy a peaceful night of sleep. It can buy followers and obedience, but it will never buy genuine respect. It is time to start investing in your internal assets. Learn to love yourself for your efforts, for your scars, for the times you chose to do the right thing instead of the easy thing. These are the things that create eternal value. When you are wealthy, use that money to create value for the world, not just to feed the hunger of your ego. When times are tough, hold on to your dignity, because that is the greatest asset you have to turn the tide. Remember, the value of a person is like a diamond. Whether that diamond is buried in the mud or set into a royal crown, its essence remains the same. Its light comes from within, not from the reflection of the vanity around it. Today, I want you to look in that mirror one more time. Do not look at your clothes. Do not think about the numbers in your head. Instead, look straight into your own eyes. See the human being who has fought battles you never talked about. See the person who has been hurt and who has grown. That is a priceless entity, a one-of-a-kind existence that no sum of money on this earth could ever hope to buy. Live your life in a way that honors that true value. Let money serve you, but never let it define you. Peace does not come from having a full pocket. It comes from feeling whole on the inside. You are enough, exactly as you are, regardless of the number on the screen. Always remember that.